If you're having trouble finding the perfect gift for your Hufflepuff friend, I've got the gift guide for you. Kim here with stuff you should buy for other people because Christmas. I'm in my Slytherin wear because, yes, I'm a Slytherin. We are a good people. I have got a bunch of gifts that are perfectly suited for each Hogwarts house. Instead of here is random thing you should get random person, I am saying here is something very Gryffindor for your Gryffindor. If you're new here, consider subscribing and click that bell icon so you don't miss any of the Merry Kimstmas videos I'm making for Vlogmas. On to the gifts. First of all, if you don't have my incredibly insightful knack for sorting people into their respective Hogwarts houses, you could get them a sorting hat bath bomb. This bath bomb is from the Fizz Treasures Etsy shop. Your friend who is a Harry Potter fan but is having a sort of identity crisis just has to take a bath. Plop this bath bomb right in the tub and then they will very quickly learn exactly which house they belong in. It also smells like delicious butterbeer. Or you could cut right to the chase and just get them the sorting hat. This is a talking sorting hat that you put on your head and it will tell you things about yourself. So if you have someone in your life who is existentially challenged, you can just get them their own sorting hat so that they can have a lifelong mentor who is full of kind of weird advice. Let's move on to Gryffindors. Honestly, I think Gryffindor is like my least favorite house, which is kind of weird because like my very best friend in the world is a Gryffindor and I totally get her and she totally gets me. And so our weird Gryffindor Slytherin friendship is perfect, but Gryffindors, I just don't get you. Sorry, like I have nothing against Gryffindors, I just confused by most of them. The first gift I have for your Gryffindor is this megaphone. I feel like Gryffindors have a lot of things to say, and I also feel like they are not heard loud enough. Here, help them be louder. They need to shout about their thoughts and feelings and about how much courage and loyalty they have. This can help them do that. I will say that giving a megaphone to a Gryffindor is probably a horrible idea, but I know that a Gryffindor would really, really love it. Next, I would suggest the book Skydiving for Beginners. I feel like skydiving would be a Gryffindor's favorite pastime, and well, if they're not skydiving yet, help them get there because I really think that they would just love it. Jumping into the air with no net and just blind faith that the thing in your backpack will not let you plummet to your death. Total Gryffindor mentality. So help them get to their skydiving hobby with this book. Also for your Gryffindor, you could get this sword letter opener. This letter opener is shaped like a sword, and so every time they open a bill, they can it in true Gryffindor fashion. There are many upon the internet that would fit any Gryffindor's taste. Lastly, for a Gryffindor, I would suggest a blowtorch. What Gryffindor doesn't need more firepower? Honestly, I think a Gryffindor really probably needs a full-on flamethrower, but that is sort of not a really great thing to suggest to people. Danger. And while the blowtorch is also dangerous, I feel like it is a little more of a controlled thing that also has life uses. Creme brulee, home improvement, starting a campfire, a myriad of uses for a blowtorch that any Gryffindor will surely enjoy. Let's move on to Ravenclaw. If I were not a Slytherin, I would be a Ravenclaw. I just don't quite have the mental discipline of a Ravenclaw. I'm a little too irrational. My first suggestion for your Ravenclaw would be these noise-canceling headphones. You know that your Ravenclaw is always reading and always researching and always learning and always just super hyper-focused on the thing that they are currently whatevering. Noise-canceling headphones would be so handy so that they could really just block out all those interruptions that are so annoying. If you're a Ravenclaw, you know what I'm talking about. Get them some noise-canceling headphones so that they can just research away to their heart's content. I would also recommend this super fancy desk organizer for a Ravenclaw. It's pretty and functional. You know the desk of a Ravenclaw is likely to be cluttered with notes and empty coffee mugs and bits of projects among God only knows what else. So get them this really pretty organizer thing that looks good, but is also going to help keep their projects moving forward because they'll be nice and organized. A Ravenclaw might also enjoy this decorative periodic table of elements. The sciencey Ravenclaws can hang this on their wall and refer to it whenever they need to know something about something sciencey. It's pretty and informative, exactly like a Ravenclaw. Lastly, for a Ravenclaw, I would suggest the best book of trivia ever written. This book is full of random bits of world knowledge, because what Ravenclaw doesn't want to just fill their head with more knowledge? They can just read to their heart's content with this book and learn all the things and then be even smarter than they already are, thus making the rest of us feel insignificant. Moving on to Hufflepuffs, I think I know more people in Hufflepuff than any other Hogwarts house. Almost my entire family is Hufflepuff, so this section was fairly easy for me, and I'll probably be getting one or two of these for the people in my own life. First up is this mini cupcake maker. What Hufflepuff would not love to just bake away in their kitchen, making teeny tiny delightful treats for them and their loved ones. Teeny tiny cupcakes that are just warm and full of love, just like a Hufflepuff. Especially because they can share those treats. So it's a win for everyone, honestly. Next, for a Hufflepuff, I would recommend these super adorable thank you notes. You know, a Hufflepuff is the kind of person that sends a legit thank you note for something, not like me and writes it on a sticky note and slaps it on their forehead. A Hufflepuff is gonna select the perfect note and write a nice line or two and send it off via actual snail mail. These are just perfect because they're also quirky and charming and funny and adorable, like a Hufflepuff. Cute thank you notes, a Hufflepuff's dream. For a Hufflepuff, I would recommend the book How to Be a Best Friend Forever. This book helps you maintain good friendships and helps you become an even better friend, a friend that will last for all of eternity. And if that is not the Hufflepuff's main life goal, then I don't know what is. Also, it has cute penguins on it, which I feel like is very Hufflepuffy. You just kind of want to snuggle them, but you're also kind of fascinated by them. Lastly, for a Hufflepuff, I would recommend this adorable stuffed badger. Now, let's just note for a second that badgers are terribly ferocious creatures. Actual badgers in the wild are horribly aggressive and angry. I would not want to go against a badger ever. I think I'd rather take on a crocodile. But this thing is just so much cuter than what should be allowed, which is also basically what a Hufflepuff is. Honestly, any cute, squishy, soft, adorable, stuffy is gonna be perfect for your Hufflepuff, but this one specifically is just a Hufflepuff in stuffy form. And lastly, onto my house, the Slytherins. I am full of Slytherin pride and I'm not even sorry. Funnily enough, this was actually the hardest category to come up with gifts for, just because it was what do I really want? And I honestly have so many things that I can't narrow it down to one thing. And honestly, most of the things I want are for video making purposes, and well, not all Slytherins are content creators. So here we go. First, I would recommend the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. Slytherins often have really, really brilliant ideas, but we often have a hard time helping other people understand them. Maybe this book will help Slytherins get their point across in a much more understandable way. So maybe we won't be seen as terrible, evil overlords. I would also recommend some sort of tablet for your Slytherin. We have lots of ideas, we have lots of projects, we have lots of goals and ambitions, and sometimes that gets hard to manage and organize. Something like a tablet where we can put all our ideas and work on all of the things we're working on, but also keep everything in check and, productive. Something like a tablet would come in very handy for a Slytherin. We just have a lot going on in our brains, and sometimes it would be nice to put it on a digital brain. Next, I would recommend this lock-picking set. Sometimes a Slytherin is so caught up in their own head that they lock themselves out of places. This is not because we want to break into things. This is not because we're trying to get into a place we're not supposed to be in. It is just something we may need. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Lastly, for a Slytherin, I would recommend this home security camera system. Most of the world is suspicious of Slytherins, so why shouldn't Slytherins just be suspicious of the rest of the world? I'm also saying that we have really good ideas and are very smart and need to protect those awesome, amazing world advancements that we're working on. We don't need our intellectual property or real property stolen because people are probably gonna want to do that. They're gonna want to say, I know that Slytherin is on to something, I better go see what it is. And with these security cameras, you can keep them away. It's genius, trust me. These are the gifts I recommend for each Hogwarts house. If none of these gifts tickled your fancy, I do have a princess gift guide right here. And many more are on their way. Make sure you share this video with other Hogwarts alumni, clickety-click the share button down there and send it off to your preferred social media, and consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'm good for a breath of fresh air, some life advice, and sometimes a good kick in the pants. Thanks for watching!